Anus.
Kind of. Then his fingers kind of moved to the dragon-shaped pendant, which he gave to Lucas. Assuming he's wearing it still.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Remember why I gave you this? You gave everything. Nothing was going to happen to you. And I know you did nothing wrong. I just needed to show him.
He just nods slightly, slowly. Still quivering.
This, your involvement in this needs to be kept as discreet as possible. Your service to the house is best if no one know it was you who found this out. I trust we can keep this a secret for now.
Oh, tell anyone. Please, no.
Good. That is all I wanted to hear. Now, looking over to Lennis, I believe we must have a word with the lovely Rosette.
Yes, a word should be had. Kind of having an arm on Lucas. I said, thank you for everything. Thank you for this. Go ahead and rest.
He begins to sort of stumble slightly.
And it goes towards the door, opens the door for him.
Mm-hmm.
He collapses outside in a corner, like, oh god.
His room to just sit in like the corner, hugging his legs, quivering, just looking out into nothingness. He has always been very intimidated by Desm since he entered the aviary when he was younger, and it's one room he never looks into. When he knocks and asks anything, he's always turning his head.
James closes the door, and Clee seems quite upset by that.
Desm looks at him. I know that you are very friendly with the boy, but I had to be sure. This is something that will have quite the ramifications. If he was mistaken, or if he tried to fool us...
He would not try to fool us.
I know that now.
You should trust my own judgment on that. But, regardless... Yes. It seems we have some people to talk to.
Yes, would you please be so kind to bring Rosette? Does some sort of massages his temples.
One moment. Clean out. He's become quite uncomfortable from all this. He doesn't like it when Desmond goes Inquisition mode.
Rosette is writing a letter. Perhaps now that the Master of Ravens is back, she might want to send a letter with some information to her family. Whatever that might be.
And enters the study. Looks around.
She doesn't look up. She's writing.
My dear.
She looks over and says, "Oh, yes. Think there's something wrong?"
Yes. Can we...
The quill down, stands up, walks over to you, takes your hands and looks you into your eyes and says, "What's wrong? What's happened? Everyone came back, right?"
Well, almost everyone.
Almost everyone? He frowns.
Young Mantha is... I don't think he has, even with his willpower, has the composure to not let some tears go.
Can we, just quickly, can we store him like in the dark room or something where it's cold and the body will keep a bit? I'm just saying we don't want to deliver a rotten corpse.
We don't have like a chapel or like a proper set. We don't have a spell to like preserve the body, so
we Mr. Cole can deal with that, right? He
but in the dark room, put him in the dark room.
Cole, like I'm
busy
going to
right
be
now.
honest here. I care more about the living people than I'd care about the dead.
Oh,
If
yeah.
him spinning down the living means that Manfred's body rots, then...
wrap Manfred up in a cloak, put him full of spices, and put him in the dark room.
Job done. Yeah.
That's what we deal with that.
Like, Desmond
I
could do that.
smell like a delicious ham.
Oh no!
He was
No!
so well fed before anything that happened.
Oh
Damn
no!
it.
Poor Manfred.
It's like Hansel and Gretel.
Can
God,
never, can never.
You guys have really just changed the mood.
I'm gonna die.
Into the dark room.
You should.
It smells of ham.
No, I think we should really stop. It's not funny. We all got really sad that Manfred died.
Rosette sort of furrows her brows, almost looking for confirmation in your eyes, searchingly.
A few tears going. She pushes him to the side quickly, like, nope, no, shouldn't do that.
She lifts her hand and slaps him across the face. As she curses, Dornish curse about snake bites. It's not very ladylike at all. As she then looks at him and sort of puts her hand to her mouth and says, "Oh, sorry, that was not very ladylike." As she sort of kicks a stack of books or something so it falls over.
Quite frustrated, I imagine she seems right now.
Yeah, angry. Who did this? Who?
We have a possible suspect. We know who did the attack. It was the Red Adder.
Hmm.
We have more details to discuss. Desmond would like to talk to you about this.
He was supposed to be in the mountains.
Yes, he
She
was.
looks over to her letter. She walks. Come on. She grabs your hand and pulls you
I'm having a feeling there is no deception going on here. It's not...
to the council room. As the door sort of is flings open, so it hits
Crash.
like the wall, a thud, and she walks in.
I can just see
looks
like
around.
Maester Cole frowning at the wall right now.
It's like,
He looks over to the door, frowns.
Grabs to close the door as she's dragging him.
Looks back to his work.
Desmond looks over.
Drags him here by the hand.
Rosette.
She goes to sort of stand and says, "My dear husband says that not all of you have returned, and that apparently some..." Just looks at you for an explanation.
Indeed. He sort of points. Please sit down, Rosette.
"I shall stand, thank you."
Looks at her. As you say, then.
Bitch gonna sass you.
Get used to it.
Yes, we were attacked by the Red Adder. He knew exactly where to find us. He had the proper preparation, poisons, elite archers of a caliber that I have not seen, even at tournaments. He had custom-made arms and armor. I am not sure exactly what poison he used, but I am pretty sure it was not something easily acquired. It almost downed Sir Alaric.
They shouldn't have that. He was sent into the mountains.
And in those mountains, he has found something or someone that funds him and his band of vulturemen. By my assessment, they are incredibly well backed, having
Damn
resources.
Fowlers, isn't it?
There's some,
Kicks the corner of the table. Leg.
That is possible. I have not been able to determine that yet.
Hate
But suffice to say is that even so, even with them supplying him, and even with reports of shadowy bandits skulking over Caron lands, they made it very deep into the marshes without anyone noticing. They know how to avoid patrols. They knew where to find us and where to lay in wait. This all points to one thing. There is traitors amongst us, specifically in this very house.
The men of Dawn have always been able to infiltrate the Reach, he says. The martial lords are good at fighting, perhaps, at invading, but they've never been able to conquer Dorne.
But
Defiantly.
Not
They shouldn't have the resources to do so.
Unit of cavalry, and not lurking about in such a good place. No, there is a traitor, and I know who it is.
She looks at you.
Which is why I have called you here.
Kill him.
I plan to, but first I will talk to him. And to you.
I like this idea of approval. She just kill him. You actually just go out there and kill him. And she's like, oh, him?
Him? Shit.
I suppose if when we find traitors in our houses, we talk in the Reach. She says defiantly.
Desmond looks at her, and he says, "This is a courtesy call, my lady. I'm doing this to spare you some of the emotional trauma it might otherwise be when I order the guards to arrest Ollian Sands."
He narrows eyes and shakes her head and says, "You're mistaken."
No. The proof is there. There are witnesses,
Ladies,
there
tell
are
him.
accounts.
There is no
Detailed
mistake, I'm afraid.
accounts of this. There is no mistake.
Lanus? She looks at Lanus and frowns.
Inez looks her dead in the eyes with a look of determination. With an absolute look of determination. There is no.
Sort of anger is mixed with confusion at this point, sort of disbelief as he shakes her head. No. No.
I would
She smacks him over the
prefer,
head again.
at this point, Desmond will pick up his cane and he will slam it over the table to get her attention
She looks away
quite
at him.
loudly.
Same expression.
And then he looks at her and says, "I would very much prefer if we did not have a bloodbath within these walls. Enough lives have been spilled for this. Ollian Sands must be imprisoned and put to the question. I must know what he knows and what he has told our enemies.
Let me
You
do it.
have control over these guards, yes?
She nods and says, I certainly believed so.
Then
Just
I will give you this opportunity to help sort this out. Arrest him and put him in the dungeon."
You have proof.
Desmond looks at her. "Yes."
I may want to see it. She's sort of shaking slightly in her hands as she, sits down on the pulled-out chair.
Uh-huh.
Lanus, as she's looking away, quickly rubs his cheek that got hit.
Desmond will want to enter into an intrigue.
Sure. All right.
Lanus,
What do you
Lanus
want?
is here as well.
Hit you.
Desmond wants her to go along and go out there and arrest.
Sounds like he
Ollian
wants a
Sands.
service.
Yeah, he wants a service. Or
Lanus also wants the same service. So
Oh, you want to enter as well. All right. Sure.
Never have both social people actually gotten into it.
Sounds like oh.
And then when she flees, you fucking murder her. And then murder Ollie and Sand.
The door is locked, luckily. So
I did call over that.
He does not have her spear with her from the writing room.
I have my sword.
Just stab your wife.
You know.
I mean,
Damn, Lanus, that's
When the needs
Did it here.
adjust.
And then he whispers into her eyes, "Wreathed in flames."
stab.
She bursts into ash.
right in hell.
The guy said it definitely would make my enemies explode.
That would
Drop
be
a
great.
knife. Oh my.
It is my destiny to see you explode into ash.
Well, sure. That would then start with some status rolls.
Sure.
Here we go, Team Caladan. Here we go.
She's starting it with her demands.
Wow, look at Rosette there, winning initiative.
Ah. I think this
It's
is one of the.
it's the stress of the situation that fuels her forward.
It's like, wait a fucking minute. Like, this guy served my family for... No! Your information is dumb.
Well, as Lena sits down as well, I imagine, and like leans forward to look at her, being all like, like, kill your friend, please. He might be the first target for her.
Sure.
You know, I mean, frankly, frustration and somewhat angry. She's feeling very, very good towards him too, which helps. It's not really a secret. And who knows, that might be necessary. Let's see here.
I need to look up that section as well.
She will try to charm by basically looking at him and saying, "Husband, you must tell me the truth now. Don't lie to me. I need to know everything." He looks to Desmond and says, "You have been keeping secrets from me. I know that. That can't go on. You have to tell me all of it." And that's what she wants. All of it. And then she will try to use your love to her advantage. 12.
A 12 would be 1 degree of success.
All right. She will then do you 2 points of composure damage.
That bounces off my DR.
All right. What? How are you feeling towards her?
I think, let me double check the DR table. Where is the DR table?
Friendly?
Friendly is DR2.
That would be friendly.
Friendly DR2.
She's certainly affectionate towards you. So.
No, it would be reasonable to say affectionate at this point, so...
You would take...
Especially after the news just given.
Yeah, you can take just one then.
So 1 damage.
Yep.
I have a lot of composure to go though.
Decim.
Desmond will say that staying informed of the house's comings and goings is part of what I do here, Rosette. I have not told you everything, for good reason it seems, because who knows, your relationships with Ollie and Sands might have even hurt us even more if I had. Now, you will make this right by imprisoning him for this house, for the crimes he has committed against all of us, for his treacherous nature. I think that is would be convince or maybe intimidate even.
It seems like you're pretty intimidating right now.
Okay, let's go with an intimidate.
You haven't really presented a lot of arguments for why. Other than you don't deserve anything until you do this.
Well, maybe that's because the stupid bitch won't accept a reasonable argument. No bias here.
Oh, let's see. That is 3 degrees.
All right, that is he has a 5 in cunning. So
Go to
So
intimidate.
It
Oh,
intimidates
yes,
will rank,
sorry.
which is also a 5 for you.
what is
I
also
believe.
5? Yes, that's true.
Let's see here. What?
How does she feel towards Tessa? Probably less than affection.
And then, of course, she has frustration she can take.
What's Decim's disposition towards her?
It is at this point dislike, but
hidden.
his disposition is hidden by his adept negotiator.
So he does not suffer a penalty as a result.
My
Indeed.
God.
And ultimately, Decim doesn't care whether she likes him after this.
No,
Doesn't
no.
care. Yeah.
She's like, this is somewhat of a problem that has been going on here.
I love the imagery of Decim, like, need like some lighting, like proper like some like fog rolls in underneath the door.
The candle
Some-
flames just kind of
some-
they simmered down a
Next
little.
up, you ask Sir Ryman in just to like check up on him.
Hello, Sir Ryman. You have
Welcome
been
to Inquisition
like
Day.
Zoom? And it's like, oh god, yes.
Today we're hunting for
I
sedition.
I don't believe. Is there a problem with taking more than 1 point of frustration at one time?
You can't do it.
You know, I know you can't for injuries, but
You
You
can't.
can't with injuries.
Let me have a quick check.
Not that it would
Primary
likely
way-
change.
The primary way
Let's
to
see.
reduce influence is through disposition. Subtract
Each point of
influence.
frustration at the end of this.
Each gaining bonus.
Doesn't say anything about it.
Doesn't say.
No, it doesn't say anything about it.
I
Well,
kind of rule that you can take as many as you want until the point where you get too frustrated to actually do anything. Yeah. Also, there is, a quality probably of this room would be that deception is easier to do, though it doesn't seem like anyone's really going to try that.
Not at this point.
Easier to see people. Oh god, Decim is a monster.
I mean,
This is my deception room.
in that
Hello.
case, ultimately, you're right. Yeah, just make a ruling on it, and I guess we'll follow that for the rest
Yep,
of the.
you can take as much frustration as you want to. It'll
Okay.
it'll make a way for people to not just instantly die, perhaps sometimes. Or frustrations, so that the intrigue winner wins. Who knows? Maybe that'll be relevant for Decim someday.
Probably will.
Let's see. You can take up to an amount equal.
Your will rank.
If you have amount equal to your will,
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
like wounds, basically. Except they only take down
Yes.
something. How much
Yeah.
you did? You did 15 points.
Yeah.
Fucker.
However, each point of frustration gained
That's a lot.
imposes a penalty die on all deception and
Ah,
persuasion
yes.
tests.
Let's see here.
Your accumulated frustration exceeds your will rank. You are defeated because you lose your composure.
That would then be.
Exceed, so in
Yep, so she can have
Yeah.
frustration equal to her will
That
rank.
will work, yeah.
if I take 4 of them.
It's like injuries with the penalty of wounds.
All right, so she's not completely down yet, but she seems to be getting frustrated with that approach. As she does not like to be intimidated, as it turns out. She hates being told what to do.
Well, luckily
I would
her
actually probably say that being incited is probably something she's particularly weak to.
luckily her lovely husband is here to put some balm on those wounds.
As she looks to Lanus with, "Are you gonna let him?"
Yes,
And then basically, like-
100% yes.
And then basically, Lanus is like, well, I mean, you're a Dornish woman. Shouldn't you be able to stand up for yourself instead of relying on a man?
Damn!
Oh god!
That is not his response because he's trying to convince her right now.
Damn
Taunting.
it!
That would be a taunt, I think.
God damn!
Yeah,
Trying to
that is-
make her do aggressive things to you.
no, no.
No, that's not your goal.
Alice is just going
Well,
to
I
lay
don't think she needs any help doing aggressive things to you.
No.
No, she has slapped you twice in the span of 20 minutes here.
I don't understand why you let her. I don't
It must be
understand
so
why she's
aggressive
doing
in the
it.
sack.
Oh,
There
that's
is
wha
a-
he let her.
Yeah,
Hello,
there we go.
Mumbles.
He's so used to it.
He hears it.
Well,
Dark?
Bottom, Lanus.
ha ha!
Can I speak yet?
Yes, please.
Sorry.
Please.
I heard you. You guys keep talking. Dear. He kind of puts his hand on hers. You know I would not bring this up if it was not something I truly believed. I have heard the evidence. I have talked to the person presenting it. All things said, it is very much the case that he has been spreading some information. He was responsible for this, responsible for Mantha and the attack. You have to believe me in this. Just trying to convince her. Nothing more. Looking her dead in the eyes.
Yeah, sure.
Don't forget to add your +5.
Boom.
Yeah, I mean, that would be...
Decim is impressed.
Let's see, that would then be 3 degrees.
No ones, unfortunately. No rerolls.
3 degrees.
3 degrees. It is convinces will. I'm double checking. Yes. Convinces will. She does not have very much DR against me. My will is 4. That is 12 damage.
Which is reduced by 1.
To 11 points.
Which she can't. Can't take
that.
so
Eventually, it's like, this isn't over.
Just you wait, boy.
Intrigue will end with her basically looking at him, nodding slightly, leaning back, looking at like the evidence, and saying, "May I read this first?" Looking at Linus.
Unless Esm stops, like it's going to interject, just nods.
All right. And she leans over it and reads it. She seems to have gained some, some sort of, like, yeah. I mean, she's not fighting the decision anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's leaning over close, trying to give a bit of support.
You can heal your slight composure damage.
My 1 point of composure damage.
Turns out that she's not super awesome at talking to people.
Turns out I'm quite willful.
It's not what she does.
She's better stabbing cats.
Oh, yeah. You can murder cats.
Mm.
You better not murder my fucking cat.
This is what I get for not using the normal weapons of women. Damn it. I'm not good at this talking.
I could have reached like bitch slapped them if I had.
Reach slapped.
But that's not very womanly,
Reach.
right?
That's that's what we do here.
I did contemplate if he would go for an intimidate route. I did contemplate if
some
I
of
would go
those, like, Decim going to a Lady of Courts in Highgarden and, like, who knows what they would be able to do. They're good at that.
That's the real reason why Decim didn't let himself go. He knew from his time as a kid in
No.
Highgarden, he's like, oh no, I lost so many intrigues.
I was a kid there. It is a jungle.
Yeah, let me tell you.
That's how he
Like,
actually got so
Dog
good at
eats
it.
dog world.
Yeah, no,
There's
I
so
mean,
many of them.
definitely. Definitely. He was born and raised a lot of years
So
in
many
Highgarden.
women sharpened and polished him that he just bam.
And like men jousting and such, probably also taunting him quite a bit.
Mhm.
Not doing that.
For being slightly weak and frail.